Hi, I am Karen Wagner, founding member of XPO and currently National Account Manager at ePost Global Shipping. Today we're going to talk about transit expectations and how to manage your international customers' delivery experience. International delivery does vary from domestic delivery. One big difference is that it is typically not time defined. For example, with domestic shipping, we have services like next day AM and PM delivery as well as 2-day delivery. International, that's not the case because the items must travel outside the country and clear through customs in the foreign country. Typical transit time for international deliveries are 3 to 10 business days as an average range. It does vary by country. Canada average being 3 to 5 business days, for example, and the UK average being 3 to 4 business days. Australia is also a top destination ex the USA. It comes in at roughly 7 to 9 business days, given the time difference and the distance. Sellers can work with their shipping provider to work through overall transit as well as specific transits by country based on the service that you've selected. In regards to communicating this as a seller to your buyer, there are several ways to cover this. First, by clarifying on your site in the FAQs the shipping methods being used and the generally expected time frame. With international, it is best to include a note stating that the seller cannot control the time for customs clearance, etc. Again, you can work with EPG or your current shipping provider to work up the verbiage for your FAQ. It might say something like, transit times quoted are overall averages and we cannot guarantee them as items must first clear customs before they can be delivered to you. This is also something you can address at checkout, making it clear to your customer which service they're going to be using, duties prepaid or consumer collect, also known as duties unpaid. This will help facilitate delivery if your customer understands that they are potentially may be required to pay duty and tax before receiving the parcel. That will make that process run more smoothly. It is also helpful to indicate to your customer at the time of checkout the estimated days for delivery of the service they've selected. Duties prepaid shipping can help you access lower shipping costs as well as improve delivery times. A common misconception is that it is at a higher fee. With ePost Global Service, it is not. It actually can offer you a savings over duties unpaid shipping, as it allows us to use more final mile carriers in that destination country and simplifies the clearance process. Duties prepaid shipping can also help increase your sales and lower your rate of returns or refunds back to your buyers. You should present anything from estimated total days of delivery worldwide or by country. The simplest option may be to use an overall average while adding the time you will need to fulfill and ship the order. For example, using that 3 to 10 average business days for shipping time, if you wanted to add 2 to 5 days for your shipping and fulfillment process, you could quote your customer an average of 5 to 15 overall. Another way to communicate this would be to integrate with a third-party interface that is integrated both with ePost Global or your carrier and your company that manages and pushes the up-to-date tracking details to your customer. This would also include up-to-date tracking details as well as dynamic estimated delivery dates for that order. Talk to ePost Global and we can give you more information about those third-party interfaces that we're integrated with. In addition, most label creation or shipping interfaces will push an email post-order with tracking details to the recipient. Some other ideas are to provide a link to your carrier's tracking site in your FAQ. ePost Global can provide you with our API specs, and you could embed that into your tracking site so that your customer never leaves your site to track any of their parcels. Transit is a big part of your customer's experience. Some other things to take into consideration on the front end at the checkout process that can improve transit times and overall customer experience are requiring your customer provide the email and mobile phone number. This enables the delivery company in the foreign country to reach out with any questions such as alternate delivery times or locations, provide pickup locker, collect any duties and taxes, any tax IDs, anything that might be required to facilitate delivery on that parcel. Speaking of tax IDs, another thing you can do at the time of checkout is for countries such as Brazil, for example, where a tax ID is mandatory for import into that country. you could require your customer to provide that tax ID. You could contact your shipping provider or ePost Global to let you know which countries do require that tax ID. In general, do be aware that transits vary, and these are all estimations and not guarantees. And you're going to want to note that somewhere on your FAQ or your website or your order process to your customer. Thank you for joining me today. Please like if you enjoyed the video, and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.